As a competitive equestrian, it's important that you have a system that you can rely on to get you through the winter season. Now, I'm not talking a lesson plan or knowing what days you're riding at. While that might be a great system for some of you, it might not work for everyone. The idea of having a system means that you aren't relying on discipline, and instead you're focusing on reducing friction, so discipline is less challenging, that allows you to keep going as an equestrian through a really rough winter season. Hi, I'm Makayla, the host of Yoga for the Barn Aisle, presented by Callebaut Yoga. I'm an equestrian life coach who specializes in helping competitive equestrians reignite, reconnect, and build connection with their horses. Today I want to talk to you about building systems for the winter season with your horse and equestrian life in mind. Now, let's talk about what systems are. Systems are not goals. Systems are habits that are linked together that allow you to flow from point A to point B. It's not rethinking your habits, it's not rethinking your rituals, it's instead modifying them, maybe changing them, if that's what the system calls for. But you're making these modifications so that your equestrian life gets easier. Because coming up on friction day in and day out just gets you closer to burnout every day. And once you hit burnout, trying to dig yourself out of the hole of burnout as an equestrian is insanely hard because nobody really gets the challenges of an equestrian life besides other equestrians. And face it, we don't always have the time to go help someone else when we're trying to manage our own equestrian lifestyle. So systems allow us to find success. And the other part of this is that while discipline is important because it keeps us going, discipline shouldn't be as challenging as it often is. It's because we rely on discipline solely without setting ourselves up for success. Setting up for success looks like creating systems. Now, I'm taking this idea from Leila Hormozi. She talks about systems to improve your life, find more success in a career or personal standpoint. And I'm taking this idea and applying it to the equestrian lifestyle. And that's because I've found that I've had to change a lot of my systems, realize what was working, what wasn't, where my friction points were, and it usually came down to decision fatigue. And meaning that I wasn't planning ahead, so instead I was just going about my day kind of thinking like, oh, well, I'll do stalls then, and then I'll work him when I get to it, and like just kind of moving through the motions without a clear set plan. So I just was always tired, and I wasn't taking into account my workload, maybe my dog's workload, my own personal self-care. I didn't think about any of this. I was just like looking at my to-do list and trying to get it done. So systems allow you to be efficient and intentional with how you live your equestrian lifestyle. Now, bringing in a piece of yoga philosophy, and we've talked about the idea of saucha before. Saucha means cleanliness, and this is what allows you to build systems. You're getting rid of what doesn't serve you, and you're keeping what does. You're keeping what allows you to move forward into success as an equestrian. So systems for winter might look like really thinking about what the winter brings in terms of challenges and how you're going to approach those challenges before you get to the bridge. You're no longer, as an equestrian, saying, I'll get to that bridge when I come across it, when I have to. Well, we all know that we're gonna have issues as an equestrian in the winter. Buckets are gonna freeze. At some point, we're gonna deal with ice, maybe snow. The arena will get so hard we can't work our horses. So what's our system for those days? What's the game plan so that we don't have to sit there for 3 hours going, oh my God, what do I do? It's snowing, it's frozen, I can't do what I thought, and here's all the challenges and I'm unprepared. So maybe the system, and I'll give an example, for when the snow or the ice has basically frozen the arena, even that it's so cold that the indoor arena is rock hard. It's just not safe, right? So depending upon what your equestrian property looks like, that might mean doing little 10-minute hand walks up and down the barn aisle. Maybe it looks like you are walking your horse through the snow, but you're doing short little walks. You're doing them every couple hours to keep your horse moving, and then they're going back in their stall because you just can't let them loose in the snow. Maybe the road has been cleared and you live on a quiet road and you can walk them up and down the road. You have maybe packing in their shoes or the really nice barefoot boots. You name it. Anything could work, but it depends on your situation. But you need to have a system in place so that when these things occur, you don't have to create a plan then, knowing that you might not have all of the supplies you need. And this is where having systems as an equestrian is imperative, especially with the winter season upon us. So the other aspect of having systems for winter that I want to talk about has to do with you and how you approach the barn. In the winter, you have to think a lot about keeping yourself safe. And this is especially true for the people that spend hours outside in the cold at the barn, whether they're teaching, riding, watching lessons, doing chores, you're out in the cold. So every winter, and I need to do this a lot better myself, but once winter ends, notice what supplies you went through and no longer have, even if that means that you need a new coat for next winter. Well, when do coats go on sale? Maybe you can take advantage of equine stores going through and trying to get rid of their winter stuff so that they can bring out their summer stuff, and you buy something for winter at the end of the winter season for the new season. This is just a system you can put in place to keep you taking advantage of sales of the summer season to prepare for the winter season and getting yourself ready, instead of getting to the last minute when prices are high, you need a coat today, and because most of us buy stuff online, it's going to take 3 weeks to get to us. That's not going to go well when it's really cold and it happens overnight. So the idea I'm trying to get across here is that systems don't have to be this daily step 1, step 2, this leads into 3, this is my plan, this is the problem solving technique. It can be a reminder on your phone on May 1st to go and think about what you need for the next winter season and then go online and see if there's a sale. That might be all your system is. That might be the only system you need to get through winter. So I hope that thinking about systems to reduce friction as an equestrian going through the winter season has been really helpful for you. I'd love to hear about what systems you've created or what systems this episode has inspired you to create, because one of our friends might just be looking for a system and you just solved a problem for them. So leave it in the comments below, and I can't wait to hear from you. If you're looking for more, you can check out Callebaut Yoga on Instagram, as well as visiting our website, callebautyoga.com, to see what courses and programs we have to offer, as well as subscribing to the VIP email list to be part of the Callebaut Yoga community. This community are the people I go to when I'm creating a new course, workshop, any offering, because I want to know what you guys want to see, what format, what questions you have, what struggles are you currently dealing with. That's what my job as an equestrian life coach is to do. Turn to you, see what you need, and then come back with a solution. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.